Cassidy Rainwater has been missing since sometime in July. Recently, the FBI received an anonymous tip about photos portraying Cassidy being held in a cage. 2 men have been arrested in Cassidy's case, but much is still unknown. Hey everybody, welcome to True Crime Paranormal with the Psychic Sisters. I'm Christy Brower, here with my sister, co-host, and partner in crime, Katie Weaver. Hey Katie.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going good. We're at
Well, glad to hear it.
our Tuesday case, but we also have court today for the Vallows. And we've been working hard on John Pryor bingo, and we have a lot going on. Yeah.
We do. It is a busy true crime week, and we've been way
Mhm.
down the rabbit hole on this case we're going to share with you today.
Oof, oof, oof. Oh, you guys.
Maybe further down the rabbit hole than I ever wanted to go ever in my whole life. So, yeah.
Yes.
You'll
That.
see. You'll see why, my friends. You'll see why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, today we bring to you the case of Cassidy Rainwater.
Yeah.
Now, Cassidy Rainwater went missing sometime in July of this year. We
Yeah.
don't actually know when, because initially, when she went missing, the person who said they last saw her has now been arrested for her disappearance.
Yeah.
So it's a little tough to say exactly when she went missing. But sometime in July,
Mhm.
people stopped seeing her around. And she was supposedly, we don't know again if this is even true, but she may have been staying with James Phelps.
Mhm.
So this is near Lebanon, Missouri,
Mhm.
in Dallas County, Missouri. Now, here's the thing about James Phelps. His property butts right up against property that is in Cassidy's family.
Mhm.
And so this is an area she's lived. This is likely a person she has known.
Yeah.
When she went missing, her family didn't report her missing until late August. Sounds like Cassidy's had some challenges.
Yeah.
When they reported her missing, the police did go and speak to James Phelps, and he said Cassidy had been staying with him
Mhm.
in order to get back on her feet.
Right. With a plan to get some money together and move on to Colorado.
Yes, yeah. And he said that on the 25th of July, it was the last time he saw her, and that she met a car at the end of his driveway at night, got in it, and left, and he hasn't spoken to her since.
Mhm.
We now know that's probably bullshit.
Mhm.
So we don't really know. Because here's what happened. An anonymous tipster who there are so many rumors and unsubstantiated things going around on the interwebs about this particular case, but
Mhm.
an anonymous
And
tipster,
it's going to get worse.
it's going to get way worse, potentially from the dark web, were passed along to the FBI pictures of Cassidy being held captive in a cage.
Mhm.
Not anything we ever want to happen to anyone ever.
Yeah.
So the police go back to James Phelps,
Mhm.
and it turns out that Cassidy was being held in a cage on James Phelps's property. Now, from there, what we know is all conjecture and rumor. We know, well, not true. We know that James Phelps has been arrested for
Yes.
kidnapping.
Mhm.
We also know that another man named Timothy Norton, who also who is a long haul trucker, but whose permanent address is the same home as James Phelps, has
Mhm.
also been arrested for kidnapping.
Yeah. He didn't live with James, but he lived in his truck on James's property when he was not long hauling.
whatever that means, because there's no bathroom in that truck. So you can't tell me that he wasn't, going in James's house. Anyway,
Likely. Yeah.
we're going to get to that. I also found out today that there is a third man,
Yes.
a sex offender named Kenneth Smith,
Mm-hmm.
whose address is also listed as James Phelps' home.
Yeah.
So, more
So
on that
where the
later
hell
because
is
we don't
he?
know a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, where is that guy? We don't
Mm-hmm.
know. So, Cassidy's family has made it clear on Facebook that she is deceased.
Yeah.
That has not been reported publicly by the police, and James and Tim have not been charged with her murder. However, it is pretty clear that she has
Is
passed away,
deceased. Yeah.
deceased.
Yeah. In fact, her family put really a sad plea online that
Yeah,
they know she wasn't perfect. They know she had her flaws, but nobody deserved this. And
right.
please stop saying mean things about her. And wow,
Yes.
that's so
Apparently,
sad that they
there's
had
been
to say
some.
that.
Right. What is with people and shitty behavior? She was murdered. No one deserved
Yeah.
that. Quit with that shit,
Yeah.
right?
I don't care who she was or what she did. No, but she didn't deserve that.
Right. No, not at all. Not at all. So then we kind of start. This is what we know publicly, factually. Okay. There are a lot of things being said by people who live in the area who state that they're getting their information from people who work for the sheriff's office. This is all alleged, unsubstantiated information. We want to share it with you because obviously we're following this case closely because holy shit, you guys. But be aware because we don't like to share unsubstantiated information. However, we do want you to be aware and have this on your radar. What people are saying is that this is a case of cannibalism
Mm-hmm.
in which the men living in that home were murdering people and selling their flesh. And yeah, that there were potentially bodies or a body on a meat hook in the house, that there are potentially multiple bodies and remains buried there, possibly remains in a semi trailer,
Mm-hmm.
possibly someone eating a sandwich made of human remains when the police came to the house. These are the rumors we're hearing. We're going to continue to keep a very close eye on this case, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
If this is some kind of serial killer cannibalism duo, trio, something,
Yeah.
we don't know.
Yes.
Um,
Well, and it gets more complicated now because the Dallas County Sheriff has reported 47 minutes ago, as of today, October 4th, that the home has just burned to the ground.
oh my God. Right.
Yep. So the home that
So
belonged to James Phelps, yes, home just this evening has burned to the ground and is a total loss.
I'm sure that was totally accidental. I'm
Yeah,
just sure that was
surely.
100% accidental.
So if
So
you're wondering where the other guy is, maybe he's burning the house to the ground.
possibly, right? So there's a lot more to this case than what we know right now.
Yeah.
However, there's another very strange wrinkle, and that is that Cassidy Rainwater's mother disappeared and was found murdered herself
Mm-hmm.
around the same area. Okay. So her name was Tracy Wawasik, and she went missing in 2007.
Yeah.
Her remains were found scattered, whatever that means, in a field near Lebanon a year later. Okay, this is
Yep.
all near Lebanon. It's outside, it's in the county. It's not in Lebanon, but it's near Lebanon, Missouri. No one was ever arrested, nor was there any cause of death ever released in her case.
Yeah.
And her case is considered still to be an open case. The police have said at this time they don't believe it is connected to Cassidy's disappearance, but I gotta say, I just have no idea how they would know at this point.
Right.
Given
It's
this
easy to say
information,
that. Yeah. But yeah.
given this current situation and how complicated this situation obviously is,
Hmm.
there's way more to come. All I have
Yeah.
to say is I really hope that the police got all of their evidence out of that house before it burned to the ground.
Hmm.
We don't know. There's a
We don't
lot being
know.
reported that we just
That's literally breaking news. So
yeah,
we don't know. I will say this though, looking at the comments, the news articles about this fire, people and this, they did offer. There is a statement that came out this evening as well, a little bit earlier in the day, from the sheriff's office. See, they're just saying nothing. There's all of this scuttlebutt, all of these rumors about town. There is a
right,
gag order on the sheriff's office. But this is what they
right.
said. As you are aware, this is 2 hours ago, about an hour before the house burned down. As you are aware, Dallas County Sheriff's Office has been investigating the missing person case of Cassidy Rainwater. The FBI received information as to the possible whereabouts of Cassidy. On 9/16/01, the FBI forwarded this information to the Dallas County detectives. On that same date, we served a search warrant on an address at Moon Valley Road. So they did serve that. It's been more than 2 weeks
It
since
has.
they've had this house in their custody. While
Right.
there, we recovered many items for further investigation. We wish to thank Greene County Sheriff Arnott for supporting sending the Greene County Sheriff's Office crime scene unit along with manpower. That's the other thing. Locals are saying that there was a ton of presence there
Yeah.
initially, a ton of presence, law enforcement presence. We would also like to thank the FBI for all of the assistance they've been providing. This is an incredibly difficult time for Cassidy's family and friends. Our
Mm.
thoughts and prayers are with them. We ask that you respect their privacy to protect our investigative process and increase possibility for successful prosecution. We have no additional comment. And the public is pissed because
Right.
they're hearing all of this stuff and they want to know more, but they're saying, why isn't the crime scene sealed off? People apparently have been trespassing there, have been ransacking the place, and then
Mhm.
literally an hour
There have
after they
been
post
photos
that,
on a
it
blog
burns
of
to
a
the
true crime
ground.
blogger
Yeah.
taking pictures that there's
Of a
been no presence
cage,
there.
taking pictures of a cage sitting next to the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really,
So
really disturbing.
really disturbing, really bothersome that this has happened.
Yeah.
That it all has happened, but that you know, certainly hope that the crime scene was that they were done processing it.
Gosh, I hope so.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, James Phelps and Timothy Norton will be arraigned. So they are
Yes.
both in jail. They are facing arraignment tomorrow.
Hmm.
Another statement made by the sheriff's office is due to the extreme nature of the crime and the
Hmm.
continuation of the investigation, additional details cannot be released at this time.
Yeah.
You know, that what we have heard is that the photos do show Cassidy being tortured in a
Yeah.
cage. Um, and then there's all the cannibalism stuff that we don't know if that's true or not, but we will
Hmm.
certainly keep our finger on the pulse of this case and
Hmm.
continue to report back to you. Here's
Yes.
the other issue. Besides, of course, Cassidy's mother's murder, there are many other women, unsolved missing women cases in this area.
Yes.
And some of them go back as far back as 30 years.
Hmm.
And so there are a lot of questions in this community about if this is the case, how long has this been going on? And will they or have they found the remains of other women who have been missing from southern Minnesota or Missouri?
Right. Well, and one of them, one of those cases is the Springfield Three, which
Right.
is a famous case that we've never covered, but we probably should at this point. But
Hmm.
in that case, the police were always looking for this particular van. that was either brown or green, depending on which witnesses were questioned. Well, guess who had a van like that sitting on their property?
Yeah. Yeah. So we're just scratching the surface here, pretty sure, but we wanted to get this out to you as quickly as possible, and then we
Yeah.
will continue to follow up very closely with this case
Yes.
and keep you posted as more things happen. And of course, the arraignments will happen tomorrow. That's pretty boring court. I mean, it's just they're being charged right now with kidnapping. And, you know, here's the thing you got to remember. We learned this in the Vallow Daybell case. The police will charge felonies that they know they can prove to give them time to investigate bigger crimes, because I've seen a lot of stuff. People are pissed that if Cassidy is in fact deceased, why are they not charging them with her murder yet?
Yeah.
Well, finding her body on their property does not actually prove they murdered her. So they have to be able to prove that, but they can prove the kidnapping with the photos also, because Tim Norton actually admitted to the police when they arrested him that he did assist James Phelps in restraining Cassidy around the 24th of July, around the day before she supposedly went missing, as far as he's reporting. So they can charge them with the kidnapping. And the good news about that is that will keep them in jail. They can hold them on that while they continue to investigate these other crimes. So more is coming. This is one of those cases where more is coming. So
Lots
be
more.
patient.
Yep.
Also, I think we're dealing with, a smaller sheriff's office that's, seeking help. It does appear that the FBI is involved, likely because of Tim's job as an over-the-road trucker. If at any point he crossed state lines doing something illegal, that makes it an FBI case, which is probably, I would imagine at this point, that's exactly what this county wants, because they need some help.
It's also possible that what we're really looking at here is the beginnings of a serial killer being taken down.
Oh, for sure.
It's very likely that that's really what we're going to find out here about probably both of these men.
There's so much more to come. And so they are doing exactly the right thing by doing it as quickly as they can, although I'm very concerned about how someone got to that house to burn it down. But as far as holding Tim and James, this is how you do it. So we will continue to report on this and give updates on our update show on Wednesday nights. And then as more information comes forward, we'll actually do more episodes on it as well.
Most definitely. But we wanted to make sure that we got this to the forefront right now, because it is unfolding a huge case.
It is. And so we wanted to make sure you know all about that. So this is our Tuesday show. We will also be live streaming Daybell Court on the change of venue today, and we will be talking a lot more about that. We will be back on Wednesday with a new case, as well as Wednesday night with case updates. So we'll have lots more coming for you this week. So be sure to come back and see what else we have for you. And you know it, we are True Crime Paranormal with the Psychic Sisters. Thanks for being here.
Take care.